what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Not Worth Listening To podcast. That's a working title. I haven't actually come up with a good name yet. I'm not even sure I want to call this a podcast. I hate the word podcast. I don't know about you, but iPods had their moment, didn't they? That had to be, like 20 years ago now? Like, I don't like calling shows podcasts anymore. It just makes, I'm a technological person, and it just makes me remember old technology. Do I have to get an iPod to listen to this? Where the fuck am I going to get one? A museum? eBay? Do they even make the charger cables anymore? Jesus Christ. When I worked at Goodwill, we had so many fucking iPod charger cables. Man, just thousands of them. Never got any iPods. I think the iPod is one of those things that people just decided, you know what, this is good enough for anything we're ever going to need to do with this particular topic, and we don't need any new stuff. I respect the shit out of that, you know? I really do. So lately I wanted to talk about the rain. The unbelievable rain we've been experiencing in Missouri and in the St. Louis area. It first came in, Monday? That's when I first saw it. I was coming back home from the Heavy Anchor, the open mic down on Gravois. And when I left, when I got there was light rain a few times. You know, here and there, but nothing that would have suggested what was coming. And it didn't happen until I got out of the city. As I was leaving the city, the sky was flashing and shit, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. We could use some rain. It's been really hot lately. You know, but I was on 4061 headed west, and I'm telling you, a fucking river fell out of the sky. I've driven in torrential rain before, but not for this long and not with this much rain. It was incredible. People without estate plates were pulled over on the side of the road, waving their arms around and shit. They had their flares lit. I'm just rolling my window down, just keep going! You gotta get through it! Keep going! The Missouri way! I actually passed some people in the passing lane, which you really should not do that in inclement weather when there's fucking 12 feet of visibility in front of you. But in Missouri, we can't stand to follow anybody, and I'm sure you've noticed that. Everywhere I go, I drive slowly because I want to save gas, because gas is a huge fucking drain on everyone's wallet. So I drive slow. I use my cruise control. I go 60 miles an hour. I stay all the way in the right lane, and I get fucking tailgated like I am the most inconvenient piece of shit that has ever been behind the wheel of a car. It's at the point now where I just leave my rear view mirror permanently tilted down. I don't want to see these people behind me. They're just desperate for attention. They get 10 inches from your bumper come on! Come on! And I'm going to give you all a little tidbit here. People that drive like assholes on public roads that grandmothers and fucking school teachers and old ladies are driving around on, people that do stupid shit on those roads, they don't know how to drive. Those are the worst drivers. If they actually had to do competitive racing or something, they would fucking lose. Now, I know how to drive a car, okay? I like to think I could have driven race cars. You know, I guess you have to, it's one of those things where you got to start when you're 11 years old and give up your whole life. You know, like the Olympics. And I don't think I was ever cut out to do any big sacrifice shit like that. I was not a child that was easy to direct by any stretch of the imagination. I was one of those kids that you would have to use reverse psychology with to get me to do anything. I was awful. But people who do stupid shit out on the highway, like, those are the worst drivers. Like, this is not the place to impress me with your fucking speed or your cornering ability. You're just bothering everyone. You're creating a situation. You're making people who are just, trying to get somewhere feel like they're in danger. You're a fucking prick. You have no clue how to drive. But anyway, back to the rain. Like, this rain, like, a couple open mics I wanted to go to got canceled, I guess, because down in the city, they've got, like, sewer systems from the 1860s that weren't meant to handle 5,000 inches of rain over a weekend, So, like, the roads are all flooded down there and shit. A couple mics got canceled. Tonight, Friday night, June the 29th, I will be at the Tap House in O'Fallon on a showcase with the incomparable Nicky Lacer. He's a great guy. I just got back into comedy recently after taking a few months to fix my business. And, barely after getting back, Nicky's got a gig for me. What a fucking angel. I was waiting on that. I need those things. Tonight's going to be a return to form. I've been working on my shit. I wrote at least one new joke since I've been back. I did that at the first time at the Anchor, and it got a couple laughs, so maybe it's got legs. That's good. Oh, I can't wait to do this shit. I've been getting up too early, man. I don't know about you, but I have literally never had any kind of stable sleep schedule in my entire life. Ever since I can remember, really. Like, I couldn't fucking get a schedule down in elementary or middle school. Like, I'm like half asleep in the back of finger painting with a big Quick Trip coffee and puffy eyes. Like, ugh! Oh, fuck. What? I mix green with purple? What does that make? Fuck, I don't know. I'm sorry if you guys hear any noise in the background, like cicadas or like air conditioner humming and shit. Like, this is a less than zero budget podcast. I have not spent a penny to produce this. This microphone was just part of my stock. Oh, I bought this thing. I think I bought this thing years ago with the idea that I would do a podcast with it, but that was before I ever did stand-up, and that just didn't materialize, but it's still here. I hope it sounds good. This is actually the microphone that I rehearse with. Like, when I first write a new bit, I kind of just do it at home, and I like to hold a microphone in my hand. That's how I kind of flesh shit out before I actually perform it for the first time in front of strangers and shit. I'll just imagine there's a crowd listening, and I'll do my bit. And I'm far from anyone who should be doling out comedy advice. I haven't really accomplished a whole lot. But hey, that works for me. So any comics listening, you feel like the first time you do a new joke, it's really awkward and you get lost and shit, try rehearsal. That has helped me out tremendously. Back to the rain, like, this kind of ties in with something I was reading about recently. I was reading about how, like, in the western United States, like, apparently the government, like, has just been in, like, some kind of fucked up denial for a long time now about how they're running out of water. Like, it was John Oliver, I think. Yeah, the John Oliver show. Like, it got so bad that they made the people who, like, run the numbers on how much water there is, like, they forced them to put fake water into the calculations. Like, water, they called it magic water because it does not exist. But, like, it would have been so politically damaging to actually, like, acknowledge the fact that they're all running out of water, that was more palatable to them. It's like, yeah, it's like, sir, there's no, like, we can't just put another 15 million gallons into this algorithm. That doesn't exist. You're gonna do it, you son of a bitch. Or you're gonna be out of a job. We'll find the water. We're American politicians. We can do anything. But, like, it was like land rights and shit during the gold rush. You know, like 120 years ago, somebody put like a fucking shim and a sign next to a creek, and that's still being honored today. And you should watch this John Oliver episode. It's so fucking good, dude. I normally don't like John Oliver just because I don't like to be beaten over the head with negativity constantly, but this was really good. Like the governor of, what was it, Idaho? I might be wrong about this, but you know, one of those unimportant squares over there that doesn't have anything in it. This motherfucker had the nerve to do a public service announcement asking his citizens to pray for rain. Are you kidding me? Pray? And like, you know it's bad too, because he asked for all faiths, and this is in Idaho. No, it was Utah. Yeah, he's like, we want people of all faiths to come together and pray for rain so I don't have to, confront the truth of the biggest problems that I've been elected to deal with. Can we just pray it away? You can't pray it away, you dipshit. People like this never understand when the universe is punishing them or trying to get them to learn a lesson or maybe turn it around. It's always like they always just want to seek that way out so they don't have to learn, so they don't have to grow, so they don't have to endure the humiliation of admitting that they were wrong. It's sad. But the funniest part about this report to me was in Arizona, some city alderman board or some shit down in Arizona actually put forth a plan to build a pipeline all the way from Arizona to our Mississippi River. Do you know how long? That would be over 1,000 miles of pipe. And like, forget about how impossible of a construction project that would be. You can't have our fucking water. We're blessed with this big, beautiful river, and you dumbasses you dried up all your water watering golf courses and shit, and it's entirely your fault that you're running out of it, and you're just going to come build a pipe? You can't have our fucking water. That's ours. Maybe you can have it for $3.50 a gallon or something, but you're not just going to come dry up our river after you ruin your home. It's unbelievable, man. It's like they live in a fucking fantasy world. It's like they'll be fine with it. We'll just take half the river away. No, I don't think so. You can't just... Oh, man. What are we running up on, like 12 minutes here? Guys, this was a test podcast. I'm frankly impressed I was able to talk for 12, 13 minutes straight without just blanking and sitting here into the microphone. Rather than allow that to happen, because I can kind of feel it happening, I'm going to wrap it up right here. If you took the time to listen to this, thank you so much. I hope there will be more in the future. This is kind of just me dipping my foot into the dirty, overcrowded pool. Again, thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.